is a journey into sound. A journey which will bring to you new color, new dimension, new values, and a new experience.
You know, I used to hang out with Bob Marley and Peter Tosh, Bunny Wailer at 56 Hope Road, which is now the Bob Marley Museum. And so I got on good with all of them, but I especially got on good with Peter because he was really funny and he was like a comedian. It's like hanging out with Eddie Murphy or something. Everything he says is so funny. And also it's kind of political humor and it's very, you know, like instead of the prime minister, it's the crime minister. Instead of the House of Representatives, it's the House of Representative. You know? And instead of, I don't know if I can say this on film, but
say whatever you want.
Instead of Queen Elizabeth, it's Queen Here Lies a Bitch. So contrary. So I got on really good with Peter, and then of course he used to come over and stay a lot about Keith Richards' house, which is another great story. So my town, which is called Ocho-Rios, where I am now, Keith Richards' house is here and all that. But Peter was staying up at the house, and in his brain he seemed to think that Keith owed him millions of dollars because he was signed to Rolling Stone Records, you know? And he didn't realize that when he went on tour and all that, they charge everything against you. So even when you sell records, all the things, are the videos and everything are charged against you. Peter didn't know that. Peter just
it's called recoupment.
Peter never understood the word recoupment, right? So he said, Keith owes him millions. So Keith, now after Peter was at the house for a little while, Keith called and said, well, I'm coming back to Jamaica. I need back my house. So Peter said, no, it's my house. I've captured it because you owe me millions, you know? So Keith arrives in Jamaica and calls Peter from the airport and goes, listen, get out of my house. I'm coming back from my house. Peter said, oh, it's my house. And I have a machine gun. If you come up here, I'm going to shoot you. So Keith says, well, take off the safety off of the machine gun because I'm coming there right now. You have to kill me. You know? And of course, Keith showed up there and Peter ran away because Keith is a bad man. And Keith is much better than Peter or any of those guys, you know. So Peter ran away. And then as soon as Keith left, like 2 weeks later after his holiday, Peter moved back into the house and wouldn't leave, you know. And Keith had to get police to go up there and throw Peter out of the house.
Wow.
The crazy thing was that Peter had 4 goats living in the house, right? And the goats eat off all the furniture, like your house right there. Can you imagine if you let one goat in there? The goats eat up all the furniture and everything in the house. And the funny part of the story was when I did Behind the Music, and in it, of course, I couldn't get Jane Rose or anybody to tell that story, right? Keith's manager. Nobody's going to tell the story of how the goats ate up the house. So I told the story myself, and I said, you know, Peter had the 4 goats in the house, and he was just an eccentric character, and the goats ate up all of Keith's furniture and all that. When the VH1 came out, I got a message from the Toshes. They're so mad at me, and they're furious, and Bunny Wailer is furious at me. So I called him up, and I go, what did I say wrong? They said, you're a liar. You said Peter had 4 goats living in the house. He only had 1 goat living in the house. No, 1 goat can eat an entire house in 1 hour. So we did 1 goat or 4 goats. What the hell difference does that make, you know? So crazy, man.
Well, that segues, and the one story, I know it, but you got to tell it because it's probably one of the 2 or 3 best Keith Richards stories I've ever heard, was when the cats broke in. Was that the same house the guys broke into?
Yeah.
What happened there?
So Keith is telling me he's at the house and there's a girl staying there, just a friend, and 3 big, huge Jamaican guys with machetes come into the house, go into the girl's room to rape her. Now, this is a very rare thing in Jamaica, so don't think that Jamaica is dangerous or anything. We get, you know, over 4 million tourists a year and nothing happens to any of them, you know, and everybody loves it and comes back 10 times. But this was a particular case back in the 70s when Jamaica was a little bit dangerous. And the 3 guys have the machetes and they're over the girl, about to rape her, and she screams out, and Keith runs in to the room. And they don't know who he is. When he runs into the room, and they say this skinny guy who is so white, they think he must be a ghost, right? But he runs out of the room now, and they said, oh, well, that's just a scared guy. He's gone, right? So we'll just finish raping the girl and then leave. Keith runs over to his room, gets his machete, and runs in and runs up to the 3 guys. So it's 3 against 1, you know, and these guys are much bigger than him. But when they see him coming with a machete, they go, this guy is out of his goddamn mind. He must be, it's insane because one person is not going to challenge 3, right?
Yeah.
So the 3 guys just ran down the hill and Keith chased them down the hill. You know?
That's
so
amazing.
Crazy, man. And then when I said to him, listen, man, I said, I would have been terrified. I would have gone and got help, but I'm not going to go. Just me 1 against 3 guys, you know, 1 machete against 3 machetes. He said, listen, man, I've been through the Hells Angels and the Mafia and all that. And so I couldn't make 3 guys scare me. And he said, because of that episode, I've now set up my reputation in Jamaica as a bad man.
Right. Nobody fucks with him, man, right? Because they figured it out. But that's also, I think, that's just at the heart of who Keith Richards is. Like, there's certain guys I've met in my life, him, I would put Jim Brown in this category. And I'm sure there's some women at that level too, who are just so pure about what they're about, that they just know what's going to happen. I don't know how to explain it, but there's a purity about them.
Yeah, man.
And everything they do and everything they are, that like in every moment, they already know what's going to happen before it happens, right?